Very good afternoon to everyone. A special welcome to those of you live with us as Wanda Stoddard, Assistant VP, and she's with us this afternoon, taking time out of her busy schedule. Just to introduce the persons on the head table, we have Colleen Mouchette. Stefan was not able to come this afternoon, and she's Corporate Communications and PR Manager, SVL. Alicia Linder will be our Operations Steward from the GRC. Michael Kane, as usual, our Racing Analyst, SVREL. Our Racing Secretary, Denzel Miller. Kimoy Powell will be assisting. She is the SVL Draw Operator. And also a shout out to Coyote Fuller, who will be assisting us with his technical abilities. At this time, we waste no further time. We go over to Mr. Denzel Miller, Racing Secretary, for his input.
Thank you very much, Brian. And a very warm Caymanas good afternoon to everyone joining us with all protocols observed. This afternoon, of course, is the post-position draw for the third running of the Jamaica Cup, the Port Royal Sprint, and of course the St. Elizabeth Distaff. It's our distinct pleasure to announce that in addition to the feature race set for this Saturday, November the 11th, racing fans will be in for a treat with an exciting undercard that includes the St. Elizabeth Distaff for fillies and mares, and of course speed, speed, and more speed in the Port Royal Sprint. The St. Elizabeth Distaff is a Grade 3 stakes race covering a distance of 1,600 meters or 1 mile with an impressive purse of $1.5 million. Meanwhile, the Port Royal Sprint, a Grade 1 event, will challenge the finest horses over 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs with a purse of $2.5 million Jamaican dollars. But without a doubt, the highlight of the day is the prestigious Jamaica Cup, sponsored and presented by Supreme Ventures Limited. The Jamaica Cup is a Grade 1 stakes race stretching over 1,900 meters or 9.5 furlongs and boasting a purse of $6 million. This race marks the final major event before the eagerly awaited second running of the Mute Mile Invitational, which is set for December the 2nd. In an exciting development, we are honored to have renowned Gulfstream Park race announcer Pete Aiello making his debut at Caymanas Park this Saturday during the third running of the Jamaica Cup. Pete, a familiar voice in the world of horse racing and associated with some of the most prestigious horse races events in the U.S., will bring his wealth of expertise to one of the most highly anticipated race days in Jamaica. Welcome to Jamaica, Pete. Punters will be excited to learn that we also have some fantastic opportunities for you in November, including upcoming mandatory payouts and additional simulcast wagering options. Don't miss out on the mandatory payouts of the NY6 at New York on November the 9th. Stay updated by visiting our website and following our social media channels for all the latest news and information. Take full advantage of these opportunities for a chance to win big just in time for the holiday season in December. So mark your calendars for this Saturday, November the 11th, and we bring you a full day filled with thrilling horse racing action from Caymanas Park, including the Jamaica Cup and the local debut of Pete Aiello. We look forward to seeing you here at Caymanas Park this weekend. Brian?
Thank you, Denzel. It's now time for our sponsors' remarks, and you'll get that from Colleen Mouchette, Corporate Communications and PR Manager, SVL. Your time, Colleen.
Thank you, Brian, and good afternoon, everyone here. Good afternoon to those watching online, members of the media, special guests. Thank you, everyone, for coming out for today's post-position draw. It is my absolute pleasure to be here this afternoon representing Supreme Ventures for the post-position draw for the third running of the Jamaica Cup. And as we've heard from our racing secretary, it's going to be an exciting day. We're very proud to be a part of the tradition of racing here at Caymanas Park. It gives Supreme Ventures an opportunity to not only support the horse racing industry, but it allows us a chance to interact even more closely with our loyal customers. We're very excited this year in particular to sponsor the biggest and final feature race day before the big one, the Mute Mile in December. But of course, punters know that when Supreme Ventures is here, they can expect a lot of winning. So come Saturday, November 11, they will have multiple opportunities to win big, not just with the exciting undercard that you heard about earlier and the exciting bet options, but of course with the instant promotions that we will have on the ground with lots of prizes and surprises available for everyone who comes out to the park. We will have chances for people to win a share of $500,000 in prizes. So we invite everybody to come out this Saturday to get a chance to win big. Of course, there'd be no race day without our committed racing connections. And so I take this opportunity to extend our best wishes to all the entrants. We know you're all excited, chomping at the bit, pun intended, to deliver spectacular racing for the fans on Saturday. But last, but certainly not least, I want to extend a hearty Jamaican welcome to Pete Aiello. You couldn't have chosen a better race day to come to Jamaica to make your debut. And we thank you for giving us your expertise to make the day that even more exciting. We look forward to hearing you in action. We look forward to seeing everyone come out to the SVL Jamaica Cup race day this Saturday. And so we see you all for an exciting day of winning. Thank you.
Thank you, Cloleen. So we start with the Port Royal Sprint. And of course, Mr. Michael Kane will be giving you his ideas of the race and the runners. Over to Mikey.
Thank you very much, Brian. All protocols observed. 3 very big races on the card. And we're going to start off with the Port Royal Sprint, the third running of the Port Royal Sprint. And we have a big field of 14 entries. First entry we speak of is I've Got Magic, owned by Lakelands Farm Limited. Train Philip Fiano D and Shamar Muir has been appointed to ride. The allotted weight is 55 kilos. And I've Got Magic has 9 career wins so far with earnings of over 2.687 million. Recently ran second in the I'm Satisfied. Over 1,200 meters was a winner. Over 1,000 meters straight and was a winner as well in 112 flat. Over the allowance over 1,000 meters straight. A very nippy time there. First in the Alexander Hamilton Trophy over a mile earlier this season. It won 42 flat and won the St. Catherine Cup over 1,200 meters at 112 and 3. Next entry is Duke, owns the Success Farm. The allotted weight 51 kilos. Trained Gear Sobrati. Paul Francis will be aboard. And Duke has amassed 14 career wins. Recently was 4th in the Nigel Nunes over 1,000 meters straight. 2nd in an overnight allowance contest over 1,100 meters. And 4th in the Thornbird over 1,400 meters. 3rd in the Harlequin over 1,000 meters straight. And his last win came at 1,200 meters in 113.3 earlier this season. Next entry is the very hot and talented Mahogany, owned Ellis, Henry, Pratt, Pragnell, and Passard. The allotted weight 56 kilos. Robert Haldin will be aboard for Ian Passard. And Mahogany is the winningest horse in the race with 16 career wins. And recently won easily in an open allowance contest over 1,000 meters round in 59.3. Was second in the 49th running on the Philip Fiano D Gold Cup. That came behind the Flying Filly, She's My Destiny, over 1,400 meters. Third in the Eros, over 1,400 meters as well. Was third in the Viceroy, and earlier this season won the Eileen Figurt, a grade 1 event, over 1,300 meters in 1:19 and 2. Next entry is Generational, owned by Vincent Main. The allotted weight 53 kilos. Ron Matthew, the trainer, and this one has 6 wins with the most recent victory. First in an overnight allowance contest over 1,000 meters round in 1:01.3. Next entry, Perfect Brew, owned by Richard Azan and Graham Brown. The allotted weight 55 kilos. Hall of Fame trainer Richard Azan is the conditioner of Perfect Brew. Tevin Foster will have the leg up. And this Perfect Brew is as fit as Azan can make him right now. Recently won at sprints, and he has 8 wins to his credit. 3.537 million in earnings. Perfect Brew was 4th in the 49th running of the Philip Fiano D Gold Cup. Won the I'm Satisfied over 1,200 meters at 1:12.1, running on very strongly from off the pace, and was first in the BJLC Trophy, a grade 2 event, over 1,100 meters, running on strongly from off the pace as well. over 5.5 furlongs. And Perfect Brew won the Al Safra over a mile in 138 flat earlier this season. Next entry is God of Love, owned Vincent Main, allotted weight 51 kilos, run Matthew the trainer, and this God of Love has amassed 15 career wins, third in non-such sprint over 1,200 meters, was second in the BGLC Trophy, a grade 2 event over 1,100 meters. Next entry is Roger the Pilot, owned by Jordan Campbell, 53 kilos the allotted weight. This one trained by Peter John Passard. O'Neill Mullins will be aboard. Roger the Pilot has 8 career wins and was fourth in the recent I'm Satisfied over 1,200 meters and won over 1,000 meters straight in 59 flat in an overnet allowance contest. Mama Mia, this year's Oaks heroine, she is in the lineup as well, owned by champion owner Carlton Watson. The allotted weight 52 kilos, trained by champion trainer Jason Acosta, and Dane Dawkins is appointed to ride Mama Mia for the Port Royal Sprint. She has 5 career wins with earnings of over 5.494 million. She's one of the leading earners for 2023. She won the Oaks over 2,000 meters in 2:10 and a fifth of a second, won very easily too, and she was first in the Jamaica 1,000 Guinness over a mile in 1:39 flat. Second in the Portmore over 1,500 meters, and she has a very colorful resume. Third in the Thornbird Stakes. She was first in the Pick 3, and she was also a winner of the BGLC Toba Hero Sprint. So this is a prolific racer, Mama Mia. I Am Fred is next, owned Billy Zan, trained Jason Acosta. Philip Partner will be aboard. The allotted weight 55 kilos. And I Am Fred started off this season with 4 consecutive wins. 11 wins in total in his career, and he was second in the She's a Man Eater, a grade 1 event over a mile, second in the Eros, another grade 1 event over 1,400 meters, and won the Distinctly Irish over 1,820 meters in 1:55.4. Won the Viceroy as well over a mile, and won the Saint Cecilia over 1,300 meters in 1:18 and 2/5. So he is really one of the top class campaigners for the Port Royal Sprint. Is That a Fact is next, owned by champion owner Carlton Watson. Jason Acosta, the trainer, Ryan Lewis, the leading rider, he has been appointed to ride. And Is That a Fact, an upcoming star, an importee who has 5 wins so far in his short career, and he was recently second behind Mahogany in a sprint, and earlier won the Port of the Rich Girl over 1,400 meters in 1:25.2, and won the Arthur Jones as well over 1,200 meters in 1:13 flat. King Arthur is next, former Jamaica Derby winner. He's also owned by champion owner Carlton Watson, so Carlton Watson has multiple entries in the Port Royal Sprint. Jason Acosta, the trainer, Javelin Patterson, will be aboard King Arthur. 10 wins so far in his career, inclusive of the Jamaica Derby, and he is quite versatile. He has won from 5 furlongs straight all the way up to 12 furlongs. Next entry is going to be Ability, this year's Jamaica Derby winner in upset fashion with Alan Marard in the saddle. Ability, trained by Patrick Lynch, is also the owner, and we have Roger Hewitt on a number 2 paper here. Ability was third in the recent 49th running of the Philippine OD Gold Cup, and that was his first attempt at graded stakes against older horses. So big run there by Ability, and he should progress well for the Port Royal Sprint. Freedom Street runs off the group. Joyous Racing, the owner, trained Patrick Lynch, Roger Hewitt on a number 1 paper. This one has 5 career wins, 2.547 million in earnings, and a second in a recent open allowance contest over 1,000 meters round, and won the Vassal Niger over 1,100 meters in 1:06 and 2/5 of a second. So a big field to go 1,200 meters for the third running of the Port Royal Sprint on Jamaica Cup Day.
Thank you, Michael. And of course, it's now time for the draw, the post position draw for the Port Royal Sprint, and that will be handled by Kimoy Powell, assisted by Coyote Fuller, under the scrutiny of Alicia Lindo, Operations Steward JRC.
Thanks, Brian. So we have 14 contenders, 1,200 meters, purse $2.5 million. And this promises to be one of the most exciting sprint events of the season, if not the ultimate in sprinting here in Jamaica at Caymanas Park. So while we await Kimoy to load the machine with the balls, all 14 balls. Quick reminder of the participants. I've got Magic, Duke, Mahogany, Generational, Perfect Brew, God of Love, Rajourn the Pilot, Mamma Mia, I Am Fred, Is That a Fact, King Arthur, Madeline Sunshine, Ability, Freedom Streets. $14 thoroughbreds, 4 importeds, and 10 native breds. So we're ready to get the machine rolling, and we're going to invite Colleen to select the first runner from the jar, or the first 7 runners. Colleen, that's your duty today. Yes. And the first runner is Duke. And Duke will break from post position number Duke, post position 11. Colleen, your time again. Next selection is the Derby winner, Ability. Waiting in the machine again. For the post position of Ability, this year's Derby winner, ridden by Paul Francis. Roger Hewitt with a number 2 call for Patrick Lynch, owner trainer. Ability will break from post position number 3. Next selection is Rajourn the Pilot. Rajourn the Pilot, ridden by O'Neill Mullings. Post position number 13, Rajourn the Pilot. Next selection is I've Got Magic, Shamara Muir. I've Got Magic, ridden by Shamara Muir, conditioned by Philip Fiani OD for owner Lakeland Farms. 14, I've Got Magic. Next selection. Is Generational. Generational. Robert Halladine with a number 4 call, so the trainer will have to name a rider by tomorrow morning. Generational, post position number 2. Freedom Street. For Freedom Street, Roger Hewitt with the number 1 call for trainer Patrick Lynch, owner Garwin Tolo.
Perfect.
Next selection, Perfect Brew. Tevin Foster for Azan Brown and McLean, Richard Azan trains. Post position 6, Perfect Brew. Next up is God of Love. Come on. God of Love. Post position number 9. Mahogany. Robert Halladine. For owners Ellis, Pratt, Pragnell, and Mrs. Passad. Her husband will tighten the girth, Ian, on Mahogany. Mahogany will break from post position number 8. Mamma Mia. Dane Dawkins. For owner Carlton Watson and trainer Jason DaCosta. Mamma Mia, post position number 10.
King Arthur.
Next is King Arthur. Javanil Patterson. Owner Carlton Watson, trainer Jason DaCosta. King Arthur, post position number 1. I am Fred. Philip Parchment. Owner Millie Dazan. Trainer Jason DaCosta. I am Fred, post position number 12. Madeline's Sunshine. Jerome Innes. Trainer Jason DaCosta, owner Mr. Carlton Watson. Five goes to Madeline Sunshine. And the final selection in the bowl, is that a fact? Rayan Lewis. And is that a fact? Will break from gate number 7. Brian, the recap.
So here we go again. Drawn at 1, King Arthur. Generational at 2. Ability 3. Freedom Street 4. Madeline Sunshine 5. Perfect Brew 6. Is that a fact? 7. Mahogany 8. God of Love 9. Mamma Mia 10. Duke 11. I am Fred 12. Rojon the Pilot 13. And finally, I've got Magic 14. That's the post position draw for the Port Royal Sprint over 1,200 meters. So we move on from the Port Royal Sprint. We now go to the St. Elizabeth Distaff, and of course, Michael Kane will introduce the runners for you.
Thank you, Brian. On to the distaff, the third running of the distaff. 1 mile the trip, first 1.5 million. First entry is Baby Like, owned Dr. P.A. Henry Bloodstock, allotted weight 51 kilos. O'Neill Mullins picks up the mount for Philip Fiano D. And Baby Like has 4 wins with 1.6 million plus in stakes earnings. Fourth in the recent Errol Sabrati Memorial over a mile. I was a winner over a mile in 1:43 and a 50.5 furlongs very easily, and won over 1,000 meters straight twice. Firstly in 59.4 and secondly in 59 flat. So this one undefeated locally. Next entry, Sister in Treasure, own the Success Farm. Your allotted weight 55 kilos. Javelin Patson will pick up the mount for Gear Sabrati. Sister in Treasure has 4 career wins with 1.8 million plus in purse earnings. Was second in an overnight allowance contest over 1,200 meters, third in the Thornbird over 1,400 meters, and fourth in the Distinctly Irish over 1,820 meters. American Tap, owned with his racing stables, the allotted weight 55.5 kilos. This one, trained Howard Jagai, Tevin Foster will be aboard, and recently had an auspicious local debut. This 6-year-old mare won in 58.2 for 1,000 meters straight, gearing down, and that was in the Nigel Nunes over 1,000 meters straight. Next entry, Rani Bangala, owned WB Racing, allotted weight 55.5 kilos, trained by Robert Pearson. Radish Roman will be aboard. 2.9 million in purse earnings so far for Rani Bangala, and she recently won her 5th race, which was her first attempt at overnight allowance, and she won by 60 lengths in 1:38 and a 50 of a second. That was a very eye-catching victory by Rani Bangala, her 5th career win. Next entry, Lurf Lucy. This one actually will be out, so Lurf Lucy is actually a scratch. Next entry, Luxol, owned B. Chen and Ida Costa. 54 kilos the allotted weight. Jason Acosta, the trainer, and Robert Haldane has been appointed to ride. 1.954 million in earnings so far for Luxol, 4 career wins, and she was 4th recently in the Bassin Niger over 1,100 meters, and she won a restricted allowance over 1,000 meters round in a minute and a 50th of a second. Ring Charmer is next, owned Joyous Racing, the allotted weight 51 kilos, trained by Patrick Lynn. Jordan Brandt will be aboard. Ring Charmer, 4 wins so far in her career with over 662,000 in earnings, and she was 3rd in the recent Nigel B. Nunes over 1,000 meters straight. Rounding off the field is Outbidder, owned by champion owner Carter Watson, trained champion trainer Jason Acosta, leading rider Ryan Lewis will be aboard. The allotted weight 55.5 kilos. Outbidder, the most expensive yearling purchase ever at the yearling sale with 6.1 million in that purchase price. Has won 5 races, 2.384 million in earnings so far, and she was 4th in the recent My Word over 1,820 meters, 4th in the Menudo over 2,000 meters, and she won the Luchi Poo over a mile in 1:41 and 2:50.
Go ahead, Jan. The first selection is Desert of Malibu. Ridden by Dean Dawkins. Post position number 8. Next selection, Gian. Rani Bangala. Radish Roman. Rani Bangala, gate number 6. Next selection. Baby Like, O'Neill Mullings. Post position 2, Baby Like. American Top. Tevin Foster. Post position number 1. Luxol. Robert Haldane. Gate number 5, Luxol. Ring charmer, Jordan Barrett. Gate number 3, outbidder, Rayon Lewis. Gate number 4, outbidder, and one more name in the bowl. Sistren Treasure, Javanil Patterson.
Again.
Gate number 7, Brian with the recap.
So American Tap at 1, Baby Like 2, Ring Charmer 3, Outbidder 4, Luxal 5, Rani Bangala 6, Sistren Treasure 7, Desert of Malibu 8. And that's the complete field for the St. Elizabeth Distaff, over a mile. So we're moving on once again. We call on Michael Kane. And of course, he will be analyzing the big one, the Jamaica Cup. Over to Mikey.
Thank you, Brian. The big one, the third running of the Jamaica Cup, $6 million in purse money. And we have a field of 6 assembled to go 1,900 meters of 9.5 furlongs. First entry, Further and Beyond, former horse of the year, owned V. Audit and C. Elcock. The allotted weight 51 kilos. Trainer Donovan Hutchinson, 6-time champion jockey Omar Walker has been appointed to ride. Further and Beyond has amassed 10 lifetime wins so far. First in the Hubert Barty, the meters earlier this season, and was second in the Al Safra over a mile earlier this season as well. Further and Beyond, former horse of the year and multiple classic winner. Next entry, Blue Vinyl, M&M Racing Stables. The allotted weight 54 kilos. Trained Alfred Brown, Javanil Patterson will be aboard. 3 million plus in earnings so far, with 8 career wins. First in the Mark My Word recently, over 1,820 meters in 154.2, won by some 21 lengths plus. And this one, a very, very big impression made there. And we can see trainer Alfred Brown in the audience, all smiles. Second in the pole, the Rich Girl, over 1,400 meters, just beaten by Is That a Fact? And that was after a quick turnaround coming from winning on Sunday and racing on Saturday, so we give him an excuse there. First in the Kenneth Mattis OD Memorial, over 1,820 meters in 157 flat, so you know for sure that the distance of 9 furlongs plus won't be a problem for Blue Vinyl. Next entry, Atomica, owned Oak Ridge Farms, 54 kilos the allotted weight. Train Gears Barty Dean Dawkins will be aboard. And this one has 12 career wins. And remember the matchups between Blue Vinyl and Atomica, where we saw Blue Vinyl win the St. Ledger. And everybody said that he would have won the Derby. I said no. I said Atomica is going to beat him. And she did beat him in the Derby. So she's in a rematch here with her old rival, Blue Vinyl. What a Jamaica Cup this will be. Horse of the Year 2022, reigning Horse of the Year is Atomica, and she won the Menudo over 2,000 meters in 208.2 this season, won the Legal Light over 1,820 meters in 156 flat, and she won the Clovis Metcalf over 1,500 meters in 131.3, and she also won the Labor Day Trophy over 1,400 meters in 124 and 4/5 of a second. So she's on a sequence of wins coming into the Jamaica Cup, and she's the defending champion. She won the event last year in track record time, and also stakes record, of course. So she's the defending champion, Atomica, and she's going to be here to rule, so to speak. Date Cornerstone is next, own Royal Boudoir, 53 kilos allotted weight, Gear Sobrati the trainer, Paul Francis the rider. 2.182 million in earnings, 6 career wins so far. Second in the Mark My Word, over 1,820 meters, third in the Menudo, and was a winner in an overnight allowance contest over 1,500 meters in 136 flat. Runaway Algo is next, own Landmark Farms, allotted weight 57 kilos, so he has the big weight for the Jamaica Cup, trained by most improved trainer Dale Murphy. Radish Roman will be aboard. 10 wins so far for Runaway Algo with over 4.554 million in earnings. Was second in the non-such sprint by She's My Destiny. Was first in the She's a Man Eater over a mile in 138 flat. Won the Eros in 126.3 and won the Thunderbird over 1,400 meters at 124.3. So he is indeed a classy performer as well. Running off the group is Miniature Man. Owned Elizabeth Acosta, trained by her son, champion trainer Jason Acosta. Abigail Abel will be aboard, 2 million plus in earnings, and this Miniature Man, of course, won the 2,000 guineas of his season. He has 7 wins so far. Third in the Mark My Word, over 1,820 meters, beaten by Atomica. Was second in the Menudo, over 2,000 meters. Second in the League and Light, over 1,820 meters. So the distance won't be a problem for Miniature Man. That's your crack field of 6 for the third running of the Jamaica Cup.
Thank you, Michael. 6 fantastic thoroughbreds, all very well accomplished. 1,900 meters per $6 million. The Grade 1 Jamaica Cup is up next. Invite Miss Aswanda Stoddart and trainer Al Brown to come to the front. Well, maybe not. So Aswanda will select all 6 runners today for the third running of the Jamaica Cup. Aswanda, your first selection. Atomica is Aswanda's first selection. Aswanda and Atomica. Track and 6 record holder. Post position number 5, Atomica. Next selection is Miniature Man. Abigail Abel. Gate number 4, Miniature Man. Four more to go. The head cornerstone, Paul Francis. Post position number 6. Next is Runaway Algo, Radish Roman, the sole imported in the lineup. Gate number 1. 2 to go. Blue Vinyl. Omar Walker. Sorry, Javanil Patterson. My apologies, Mr. Brown. Gate number 2 goes to Blue Vinyl. And further and beyond. Read by Omar Walker this time. Further and Beyond in gate number 3. Brian?
So just repeating the post position draw for the Jamaica Cup. 1 Runaway Algo, 2 Blue Vinyl, 3 Further and Beyond, 4 Miniature Man, 5 Atomica, 6 The Head Cornerstone. So we've come to the end of today's proceedings. Thank you all for coming, and those of you who joined us on the live stream, we thank you. Just appeal to you, if you have never come to the racetrack, this is a perfect day to come. It is the best of the best performing, and you will see them at all different distances and in all different races. So 3 big races. Of course, the feature will be the Jamaica Cup. Just 6 runners, but don't watch the size of the field. It should be a scorcher. Thank you once again for coming, and hope you enjoy November the 11th. Thank you.